Just start singing.
All right, everybody, welcome back to XMAS Your Enthusiasm. This is the second episode of our season 5. In today's Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, we're going to be chatting about, well, can you call it a chat when I do all the talking? Couldn't care less about hearing from you motherfuckers. It is season 9, episode 7, Nameste, which debuted on November 12th, 2017. I don't know why I tell you people this. According to IMDb, Larry Anger's a hot yoga teacher, has an auspicious first date, and seethes over a run-in with an unfair Uber driver. This is not an episode that jumps out at me as being memorable in any way, but the main photo on IMDb does have Leon in it, so that keeps us hopeful. Before we get started, let's remember that Season 5 of XMAS Your Enthusiasm is brought to you by Cheetos. Cheetos, fuck you, we know you love eating them. Do have two notices of somewhat distress. Number one, I just realized a couple of minutes ago, early today, I was looking at the list of episodes I've done, kind of patting myself on the back for being such a badass, and I noticed, I was like, wow, I've just randomly never, because I have a random episode generator that I just use. I'm like, wow, it's just happened to have never landed on anything from episodes 11 or 12. And then I just did a run through, and this thing only goes up through season 10. So now that I've let you people in on this, I think next week only, I'm not going to randomly choose the episode. I'm just going to pick one from season 11, and then the week after that, 12, just to dip our toes in. And in the meantime, I'll find a random episode generator, because, again, I don't want people to start adding Larry's totals up and try to guess how he's going to do the episodes rolling, which is insane. Number one, nobody's fucking listening to this. Number two, nobody cares. So, anyway. So there's that little housekeeping business. Number two, my Panera. Between Christmas and the snowstorm, I got stuck. I say stuck, but I loved every minute of it in Richmond for like almost 2 weeks, a week and a half. Shout out Jackie Boy, my goddaughter, and Douglas. They're gonna fucking be repulsed if they hear this. They're not fucking listening to this. So anyway. So basically, since like halfway through December, I've spent like a week in my apartment. So my Panera, forget about Wegmans, but my Panera Sip Club rewards. I'm number one surprised they didn't call the governor to put out an emergency. Like, where the fuck am I? My rewards have just plummeted my rate, so I got to get that up this week. That's on me, guys. Anyway, so that's where we are. XMAS Your Enthusiasm. Namaste. Let's jump in. Oh, so it seems to be a pattern. I forgot to tell you what Larry's record is so far. We're one episode in. He went 2-8 in this first episode. So if you add it up, shit. I meant to say, as the Violent Femmes would say, add it up, and I was gonna say, oh, Xmas time, you're so edgy, but I fucking blew that. Anyway, so yeah, going in this episode, he's 2-8 for the season. God damn it. We open up in Larry and Leon are doing this yoga. I don't know anything about yoga. I don't know what's happening. But I just realized she calls all of them yogis. Hold on. So if you go to yoga class, you can call yourself yogi? Hey, XMS, don't put all of your eggs in the one picnic basket. Fuck you, man! I want to go to yoga class just so I can call myself yogi, like officially. Is it like Colonel Sanders? Like, is this a title they can officially bestow on you? Here comes Yogi Xmas. And do you have to do the voice? Oh, man, I'm doing it. I pledge to you. I pledge to thee, my people. Guys, I think this is legit the happiest I've been since I saw a video cassette of Private School back in 6th grade. This season of XMAS Your Enthusiasm is, of course, brought to you by Cheetos. Cheetos, fuck you. We know you eat them. Okay, bing, 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 red alert. What was it? Bing, bing, bing. That sounded like a siren. I'm trying to... Larry actually pulls out a W in the end of this scene. I can't believe it. Just somehow randomly, she just escalates it to fuck you, get out, you're banned from yoga. just because he was being a little douchey. Come on, too much. Now look who's snatch of from Jaws of Victory's jaws. Tied up now, 1-1, LD. Congrats, Larry, you did it. You were, whoa, this is the first one we've had in a while. This is the great example of sometimes it helps to just not be the biggest asshole in the room. Congratulations. We need a sponsor for that. What would that be? Don't say Preparation H. Don't say Preparation H. I feel like we haven't had one of those in a long time. Maybe I forgot about it. Yeah, way to go, Larry. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to not be the biggest asshole in the room or something like that. Anyway, I'm still buzzing from the whole yogi thing, guys. I'll calm down in a second. Sorry. All right, super easy W for Larry here. He's in the car with Leon trying to back up. And you know how now when you try to back up, it's all computers. Just, oh, my God, I just turned into my great-great-grandfather. And while he's trying to do that to back the car up, Leon's dicking around on the radio. They back into some other car. They're getting a little argument about it. Leon, you have no case. That is 2-1 LD. Congrats, Larry. All right, another easy W for Larry. Excuse me. I'm hacking to death. He died doing what he loved. Talking to nobody about shit nobody cares about. Anyway, sorry. Went down the wrong pipe. This is going in my reel. Anyway, so now Larry's trying to leave a note. Leon says, "Fuck that! You shouldn't leave a note." That they go back and forth. Of course, it's the right thing to do. Easy win for LD there. I don't know what the fuck Leon's talking about. Plus, Larry's a gazillionaire. He can just buy the fucking car. He should just order it right now. Just have it sitting there for when the guy comes out. Yeah, easy win there. 3-1 Larry. Also, they seem to make a big deal out of him saying, "I follow the golden rule, do unto others as blah, blah, blah." I have a feeling it may come up again. I don't know if I'm remembering it, or they seem to really make a point of it, so just warning you. Anyway, 3-1 Larry. 3-1. All right, so now he's over at Jeff and Susie's, and Susie wants to set him up with a friend of hers, and they get into it's no problem, but then he says, "Hey, do you have a picture? You know, what she looked like?" And Susie's like, "Fuck you. Who the fuck do you think you are? You know, you're a 2, and you're lucky I'm even thinking of setting you up." And somehow this morphs into his Uber rating, which I think, judging on the IMDb thing, will come up again. On one hand, look, she's right. I'm in the same boat. I can't be putting my nose up at, everything. But on the other hand, let's be honest, Larry is how old? This episode's 2017, so he's carry the 14, 127 years old. He doesn't have all the time in the world to be wasting on dates where, let's be honest, the one thing you can verify for sure before you meet somebody is what they look like. That is literally the only thing. Well, unless you're talking to the phone, you like their voice. If you like opera singers or something, give a shit about that. But again, he's 1,000 years old. The only thing you can verify to not waste time is looks, and let's not pretend looks aren't important. Anyway, so I got to give Larry the win there, even though Susie's not 1,000% wrong. But we got to take Larry's crazy, insane, unheard of, unprecedented age into it. So 4-1 Larry. Way to go, Larry. 4-1. I like Larry. And while I normally don't like to actually critique the show, Larry's line, Susie ends up saying, it's even more about the inner beauty. And Larry says, that I'm not so much interested in. So great line. Oh, I love it. Okay, Larry's stepped on his first rake of the episode like an idiot. He had called a mechanic. The mechanic sounded white. Of course, Larry shows up to meet the guy. The guy's black. And of course, because it's perfectly normal, Larry just blurts out, "Oh, you're black." And it spirals from there. That is impossible to win. I mean, what an idiot. Let's not be Pollyanna, sheep, whatever, Bo Peep. I love Little Debbie's. Even just shut the fuck up. Go home and have a laugh with Leon, if you must, whatever. All right, now I'm going to talk myself into again. Anyway, dumb loss there, Larry. 4-2. Might be the biggest doo-doo Larry stepped in race-wise since season 1's Affirmative Action with Richard Lewis and his doctor. Anyway, I don't know. The fuck do I? Okay, now our man LD is spiraling. He's in an Uber. The guy's from Romania, although the actor isn't. I don't know why they couldn't just get a real Romanian guy. And somehow it gets into how Larry asking him how he would rate his looks because he had done the same with Susie. The guy says, if I'm being honest, 2 out of 5. Larry gets pissed off. Fuck you, I'm not a 2, blah, blah, blah. All right, number 1, Larry just looks and sounds like an idiot. That's a loss, 4-3. But the bigger question, and I have a feeling there's going to be more of this scene. But the bigger question is, why is Larry all of a sudden so vain about his looks? Number 1, other than being bald, he's never seemed to care about how attractive he is. And let's be honest, he's never even pretended to have any luck with women until he had, his first 4 yachts dropped into his lap. So this seems very out of character to care so much about his looks, and purely as a rating in terms of attractiveness, other than just always bitching about being bald. This is a totally different thing, and it's not a good look on him. No pun intended, unless you like it. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a loss, but it's just kind of gross. You gross, Larry David, you gross! Yeah, like I said, he's spiraling. Now, out of nowhere, he just announces to the Uber driver, the women of Romania are the ugliest women in Europe, or one of the ugliest. It's like, oh my. So they go back and forth. I don't even know why this is even he should get 10 points. What a fucking. How many times has Larry David mentioned Romania? All throughout, not this series, but how many times has he mentioned fucking Europe? But all of a sudden, he's got all the Romanian women clocked on how they rate in Europe. Fucking A. Now we're back down to 500 for the episode. I am distraught. It's like I never had my dream about being a yogi, and now I'm just fucking lying low. Fucking Larry. 4-4, guys. But don't forget, this season of XMAS Your Enthusiasm is brought to you by Cheetos. Cheetos. Fuck you. We know you eat them. And now Larry has a big old fat win dropped into his lap. The guy whose car he bumped into calls him, and this guy's just a fucking cartoon dickhead. Fuck you, you should have stuck around. Larry's like, well, I left a note. He's like, fuck you, you're an ass. He calls him like trash or something. This may be the peak. Sometimes it helps to just not be the biggest asshole in the room, because this guy looks like he's going for the world record. Larry, congrats, you won that one. I mean, yeah, you number 1, you were right. It was nice of you to leave a note. I mean, it was the right thing. You could have sat around for hours, yet you could have quilted a folk song about this guy too, but, we're living in the real world. Plus, this guy is like, Looney Tunes crazy, so well done, LD. You're back up on top, 5-4. Top of the pops. Okay, I'm sorry, I hate to break in here, but I have to say this is really crazy. I spent way more time than I'd like to admit, although I seem to have no problem admitting it to you people. How much time I spent over this extended weird 10 days or 2 weeks, whatever, in Richmond break with the snow. 10 days or 2. I don't know why I can't just fucking nail down how many days it was. Like, they have calendars here on Earth. It should be fairly easy even for me to figure it out. But anyway, I spent a ton of that time curled up and watching with some of my favorite people, watching the Gilmore Girls. And fuck you, I loved every minute of it. And lo and behold, here I am, my first episode, XMAS Your Enthusiasm, first recording, doing it since I got back from that. And guess who's Larry's date? None other than Lorelai Gilmore herself. I'm fucking blanking on her name right now. I am going over to IMDb as I am. Lauren Graham from Gilmore Girls. How crazy is that? That's some weird coincidence. That is freaking me out. That's gonna be my night from now on. So, hello, Lorelai. Okay, I'm sorry I have to break in again. Now they're back at her place after the date, and I have to say, she's some sort of censor. She works for the censor board or something for NBC. Like, she watches TV and says, "Oh, they said fuck here," and yet somehow she has what looks like the greatest house on the planet from the outside. If you're watching this, you know what I mean. Little crazy, but anyway. And sorry, since you've already broken in to see the house. Now that they're sitting on the couch and they're doing their banter or whatever to get to making out soon. This is the most brightly lit first date back on the couch. We're getting ready to get into it. There's like every extra lamps and extra track lighting up. This is like the surface of the sun. This is horrible. Okay, this is fantastic. Out of the blue, her shithead kid comes down the stairs. And I think we learn that he has Asperger's or something, but this kid's just a total... He looks like he's a mix of the Far Side and the King Bobby from the King of the Hill. And this kid just reeks of shithead. He's a joy to watch. He just comes in and shits over Larry. Larry does the right thing and just kind of takes it. He is easily the bigger asshole in the room. Easy win for Larry. I don't even know if I'd call it an argument or transgression. Sorry, now that I'm thinking about it, but I just want to talk about how much I love that kid's character. Anyway, fuck it. I'm not going to grade it. Easy loss for Larry. He's over Jeff and Susie's, and I don't even know what he's doing, but he decides to walk upstairs, walks into their bedroom, and is like walking towards their... Maybe he was going to the bathroom. I don't know. Susie comes walking in the shower. She's yelling at him, "You can't be walking in my bedroom." And Larry's arguing. Or you automatically lose that. You can't be walking through people's fucking bedrooms, Larry, unless you bought it. And I don't mean the bedroom. Let's 5 and 5. LD, come on now. I will say, though, his Eddie Haskell defense, which you have to see to believe, is admirable. Doesn't fucking work, but admirable. All right, so now Larry comes home and he finds out Leon's in the house fucking this yoga instructor. He's got the up to 92 degrees, and Larry's like, "Well, you can't have sex in my house. I got you doing your own, whatever house I got." And they go back and forth, and it's like, Larry, what fantasy world have you been in for 10 years at that point that Leon has never had relations under your roof? Dream on, old man. You sound like a fucking idiot. I don't even know what the fuck else he said. I don't even remember what Leon said. I just heard it. Other than, I also should give Leon extra points because apparently this first round with this lady was only part one of his, quote, plan. And he's got 2 more parts of the plan. That's why he needs to stay in the house. Anyway, Larry slipping under 500 here. 5-6, and I just said 500. So that's it for me. Okay, so now the yoga teacher comes down and Larry kicks her out of his house. And I got to give Larry the win there. Like, it didn't even occur to me until a second. I'm like, whoa. The ball's on her coming in. She knows Larry lives there. And after making a big deal of, Miss Buddha kicking him out, Miss Peace, Nameste, kicking him out of yoga class forever. And then she shows up at his house. Fuck it. That's an easy win, Larry. Larry, absolutely right. Get the fuck out of my house. Don't forget, this season of XMAS Your Enthusiasm is brought to you by Cheetos. Cheetos, fuck you. We know you eat them. Oh, okay. Now, this scene was fucking almost intolerable. It went on for like 100 minutes. Just as we've had a couple of instances of our classic, sometimes it helps to just have a bigger asshole in the room. Now we see our other law of Curb Your Enthusiasm, which states that if Larry David leaves his house, he has to, by law, bump into somebody or see somebody he knows. So, of course, he's walking out with Miss Gilmore, and he looks across the street. Boom! He sees the Uber driver, the Romanian Uber driver from a couple days ago, or whatever. Because of course, Larry David looks past his own eyeglasses and he sees this Uber driver. He's like, so he rushes over to confront. So of course, my head is spinning with that. That is so fucking ridiculous. But anyway, so he runs and confronts the guy. So right away, boom! I'm giving him a loss for that. Fucking A, Larry. And then he goes on and on and on and on and on, and they go back and forth. I'm just going to give him 1 point off. Oh, sorry, I put the 1 in the wrong place. Another point off, just for the entire content of just absurd, even for this show, sometimes where they take us. The dumb bullshit of this, again, excruciatingly long scene, almost as excruciating long as me talking about it. And then I'm also confused. I'm like, one Uber ride can take you from a 5 to a 1 and back. This whole thing is just fucking stupid. Anyway, Larry is slipping down to this episode so far. He is 6 and 9. So way to go, Larry. Stay away from the fucking Uber. Or here's an idea: sit down in the back seat and shut the fuck up. On a side note, let me say, I was just thinking about the shithead kid of his new girlfriend. I think they start dating the Gilmore Girl. I never really thought of this. I haven't done any research, and I'm probably not gonna. But this show, considering Larry was 1,000 years old when he started the show, looking back, this show had some good luck with like whenever a kid would show up. Like this kid, this guy looks like he's 12 or 13. Everything he says is hilarious because he's just a total shithead. But then the kid who played Larry's, I don't know, was it Cheryl's cousin or something? The magician. I believe the act Anton Yelchin or something. I think he died. Sorry to say. I don't want to bring this podcast down. But anyway, he was hilarious in that episode as that magician who wouldn't show Larry's face. And then the other kid I'm thinking of is that kid with the weird side mustache or the Make-A-Wish kid who wanted to go to Playboy or see titties, and Larry got him to the Playboy Mansion. That kid was hilarious. I don't know why he didn't start popping up as Larry's sidekick. It's a little surprising now I'm talking about it. He didn't do more with the blacks when they showed up, when they had the kids with on Rose. But anyway, these are a couple of examples of just, I don't know how they did it, but not randomly, obviously, finding these kids and just, they're all hilarious. So let me give a little shout out to Larry David, the professional sitcom person, for that one. Way to go, Larry. All right. Anyway, again, like I said, 6 and 9 so far this episode. I don't think I've ever gotten any regular categories going on this podcast. I'm not the fucking ringer. Anyway, I think the most George Costanza moment of the episode is the HVAC guy comes to fix Larry's heating, and Larry just keeps insisting on asking, does he prefer the heating or the air conditioning? Like, which one would he do? Life or death, which one would he prefer? And the guy's like, I don't know. Such a Costanza thing. I don't remember what the fuck he says, but it doesn't matter. Let's call that the George Costanza moment of the episode. Well done. I'll see if I remember that for next episode. I probably won't. Thank you very much. Okay, now long story short, Larry gets a text from Gilmore Girl and says, come over, let's do it. Shithead's out of the house. Larry can't get an Uber because, of course, he's at whatever. And he takes it out on the HVAC guy who's now saying, you fucked. It's going to take 3 days. And at first, I wanted, Larry jumps on him. I don't know. That's my Larry David impression. At first, of course, I'm like, oh, you can't fucking do that. But then, on the other hand, he is, how do we say, horny. And again, this guy doesn't have a ton of time. But to be honest, I probably wouldn't have still given him the point. Like, I other than to say I'm very, very empathetic in that moment. Because he didn't want to have, because he can't go over there. He didn't want her to come over to his house because it's 1,000 degrees. But it's kind of, I got to say, by the end of the scene, these two guys kind of have a sweet moment together. They kind of, it's just very nice. And I'm not saying I'm crying or anything right now, but I'm giving Larry a win there. It somehow kind of turned into a nice moment, and it is what it is. Someone's cutting onions. 7, 8, Larry's coming back. Of course, we do have, maybe this should be another category too. We do have to roll our eyes and imagine a world where super duper gazillionaire Larry David somehow can't get transportation, can't get a car, a ride over to this girl's house. We're not even going to talk about that. Forget this ever happened. Boom, your memory is wiped. Although if that actually happens out there, please don't sue me. And even more importantly, don't sue this season's XMAS Your Enthusiasm sponsor, Cheetos. Cheetos, fuck you. We know you eat them. I can't believe I'm doing this. I may have a melancholic note with Curb, which I don't know if has ever happened. So long story short, the guy who Larry bumped into, who called it was the super biggest asshole on the phone, shows up and Leon opens the door. So the guy is, oh shit, he sees Leon's black and he totally melts down, turns totally into a pussycat. Yes sir, no sir. You know what? I'll pay for everything. Don't worry about it. And it's like, we're supposed to believe that this guy just, if he thinks you're white, it'll just totally rip you to shreds over the phone, even up to the point where you're like, hey, meet me at this address at this time. And like, he's going to knock on the door. How does he not know you're not going to be some 6'8", ripped, shredded white guy? It's not like that guy can't kick your ass just because you're a total, badass on the phone. And yet for a black guy, you use Leon. Leon's not, not ripped to shreds or anything. Totally melted. It's just totally incongruous, whatever the fuck word is. I don't know. I shouldn't have even brought it up. I thought I had something else. Oh, and I have to ask, Larry makes a big deal out of like, oh, great, we love black people because, you save the day. I don't have to pay for this thing, whatever. And he walks away. And are we supposed to see a hint of sadness in Leon when Larry, skips away because he saved a couple $100 because he used Leon? I mean, not intentionally, but he celebrated Leon to randomly scare white guys. Did I see sadness in Leon, or am I overthinking it? Anyway, I've gone on too far, and I don't just mean in this podcast. Anyway, okay, now this is some shit. So Larry and Leon are hanging out someplace having coffee or whatever, and Larry gets the bat signal from what appears to be an incredibly horny Gilmore girl, his new girl. She says, "Get your ass over to my house. We're down. We're doing it." And Larry's like, "Leon, give me a ride." Leon says, "Fuck that," or whatever. And I don't even know why Leon's. How did Larry not rent a car when his car went into the shop? Like, he acts like he's just totally helpless. And now I think what's going to happen is he's about to get, if I remember right, he's going to get kicked off a bus or something. Somehow, Larry, call a fucking helicopter to come pick you up wherever you are. This is the dumbest fucking. This is when I fucking melt down doing this. I was so happy back when they brought up the thing about, you could be a yogi. And now I'm just fucking face down in the gutter of Curb Your Enthusiasm bullshit. This is fucking atrocious. Now we got to watch Larry. It was so funny. Try to get across town or whatever. Jesus Christ. Use a hovercraft or whatever. 8 and 8. Fuck this. Okay, so incredibly long story short. Larry jumps on this bus. He ends up taking 2 buses, so I'm going to give him 2 losses. For however long this scene in both buses, he acts like he's a total shithead. He gets in arguments with everybody. Finally gets kicked off the bus. He loses 2 points. That's just straight up bullshit. I can't even explain to you what a fucking dumbass he was throughout this whole thing. But then another thing is, can't she come fucking get him? Or is it like, I literally have this 1 hour, you can come fuck me. But then after that, how's he going to get back? Is he going to sit around? This is the fucking dumbest. 8-10 this episode. I don't know. All right, and that's it for this episode of Auspicious Enthusiasm. The show ends. Larry goes 8-10 for this episode, which with last week's 2 and 8 brings them up to 10 and 18 for the season so far. Larry started out so great in this episode, and I was so happy with the yogis thing and everything. But anyway, don't forget this season of Auspicious Enthusiasm is brought to you by Cheetos. Cheetos, fuck you. We know you eat them. See you next time, everybody.